Hey, it's Mr. Johns. Welcome to this edition of Hot Wheels Mustangs. And several people have asked me what's the process I go through when I'm trying to find all the Hot Wheels Mustangs for a particular year. So I'm going to share some of that. I know I've touched on it before, but I'm going to share with you the process that I just went through today to kind of finish up 2002. So, yeah, it's a process for sure, and I'm sure I am not 95% correct. There are probably some Mustangs made by Mattel that are out there for maybe car dealerships or certain businesses or certain promotions. They're out there, and the goal is to find all of them. But if I go into it thinking I'm going to get 95% of them, that's a pretty good goal. And then hopefully someday go back and fill in any holes that I might have. So I keep my website, hotwheelsmustangs.com, and I publish it. I use weebly.com as my host, as my tool, actually, my web tool. And I am obviously trying to keep this thing going, and it's year after year after year after year. So I am on 2002, and when I got to that year, I realized I have nothing. So I'm all the way up to, I'm pretty much caught up until I get to 2002. And so I want this information to be accurate for myself and for others. So it includes every Hot Wheels Mustang that I was able to find, and then I will have pictures of the ones that I own myself. So, oh, I have one more thing I need to bring up. Let's see, where was that? Let's see. So I saved something, created something today because somebody else also asked. No, that's not it. It is. One second. I just remembered a document that I created today because the question comes up. Where did I put that? Hot Wheels. The question comes up a lot, like, well, how many Hot Wheels Mustangs are there? Like, not car numbers, but car castings, they're called, or body styles. You know, which Mustangs has Mattel decided were important enough or cool enough or whatever to actually go through the process of making a Hot Wheels car. So here they are. I mean, this is the list, and there's a ton. I haven't even counted them, and this is, again, maybe 95% accurate. And when you look at these, you're like, there's a lot. There's a lot in here. There's a 65 Mustang convertible. There's also the 65 Mustang fastback. But you might also find there's also the 65 Mustang hardtop. So these are all the names that you would find on the blister pack when you bought it at the store. That's what it would be called. So in some cases, it gets confusing. I found particularly like with the 1970 Mustang Boss. So let's see how many I can find here. There's a 1970 Mustang Boss. There is also the let's go 70 Ford Mustang Boss 302. There's a 1970 Ford Mustang Boss. Now notice that this one says Ford Mustang Boss 302. So looking for other 70s. Let me see. Are there any other 70s over here? There's a 19. No, it's a Mustang Mach 1. So in some cases, it's just what Mattel decided to put on the car. So I have to keep this list in mind when I am searching. And so where do I start? Well, I start with the Hot Wheels Wikipedia site, and I know it's human created, collector created, and anybody can edit it, which means someone can completely get it wrong and mess it up. So keep that in mind, but it's a good starting point. So if I'm doing 2002, I simply click on 2002 Hot Wheels, and yes, I go through every single car and I start looking for anything that is a Mustang. So I scroll and I scroll and I scroll and I scroll. None there. So here's the treasure hunts. Any treasure hunts for that year? No. Segment series? No. No. Tuner Series, of course not. Those are foreign cars. Corvettes, no. Trump cars, no. Cold-Blooded Series, no. Star Spangled Series, no. Yu-Gi-Oh, no. Spectre Flame, no. Masters of the Universe, no. Sweet Rides, wait. Mustang Cobra. So here's our first Mustang. So what I would do then is go write that down on my sheet, which is back here. And so I would write down under Cobra here, I would write down Sweet Rides. It's the Crunch candy bar, and it came with chrome or gold lace wheels. Okay, so that's how I start the process, and I keep scrolling, and I keep scrolling, and I keep scrolling. So that's what I do for every year. Now the one here, now here's the 2002 Hot Wheels. This is like this. Those were above that. Those were all special series, and down here, don't know what that was. Now we start the 2002, what's called the mainline cars. Those are the ones that would just be normal Hot Wheels cars, and they're all numbered. You notice that they started with, let's go to the top here, make sure where they started with. They started with 001, Treasure Hunts. But wait a minute, there's more up here. All these are down to 013. Well, that's weird, right? So they're kind of out of order, but they all start with 001 and then go up. Okay, and they have three digits because eventually they're going to be up in the hundreds, right? So not the thousands. So, but they know they need 3 digits. So they start with 001, 002, etc. I don't know why they started with the treasure hunts that year, but they did. And so anyway, that's the process. And once I go through that in my on my little notepad here, I even made myself kind of a color scheme, and I did like yellow highlighter are the cars that I found on the Wikipedia. And so these ones I can verify basically, and it's tough to verify because it's a Wikipedia, but these are the ones that I found on the Wikipedia. Next, I do some searching on the same site. So I would go up to the search tool, and this is where I start typing in specific Mustangs. Now, here's where it gets very time consuming. Look at how many Mustangs I need to search for. Now, a lot of them I can skip. Obviously, if I'm doing 2002, I can skip anything newer than that. So that cuts out some. But to be thorough, I really need to search for every single one of those, and that takes a long time. So I would type in like 69 Mustang, and it will give me some categories. There's a 69 Mustang, but it's the wrong scale. Hot Wheels are 1/64th. So, and then I don't know why the 70 is there, but 69 is what I typed in. So now look what I've got: 69 Ford Mustang, 69 Ford Mustang Boss 302. And that looks like all the categories of 69 Mustangs. So I have to go into each of these, and it gives me a list of every 69 Mustang made. Now in this case, this particular car didn't start until 2007. So okay, that is not going to work for my 2002 list. These ads keep popping up. I have to keep closing them. So then I go to the next one, which is 69 Ford Mustang Boss 302, and I scroll down and I discover that it also started in 2012. So again, doesn't work for my year. So that is how I go through the process. Now, once I'm done with I'm gonna close that. Once I'm done with the Wikipedia, I move on to collecthotwheels.com. So Collect Hot Wheels site looks like this. It's a little bit overwhelming with how it looks. I don't love that, but it's collecthotwheels.com, so it's a fairly, I would say, fairly good source. So I'm going to choose 2002. There's 1,002 cars that came out in 2002. And so, yes, guess what I did? I scrolled down and I went through every single, all of them. Here it says there's 895, so I'm not sure which is correct, but I went through every car. Once I do that, I mark it on everything in green is dark green, are cars that I verified, I found that were on collecthotwheels.com. Interesting that they weren't on the Wikipedia site, but that's why you have to do the research. Next, I go to South Texas Diecast. They are just a really, really good club that has put a ton of time, and the information seems to be really, really accurate. So in this case, I did not put them on my list because there was nothing new and nothing that contradicted. Okay. So that is kind of the process. However, there was one contradiction that came up, and I'm going to talk about how I solve that kind of information that contradicts itself. So I know this is hard to look at, but here I have a 67 Mustang, and I number them 1, 2, 3, right? But I scribbled one out because it said there was a Spectraflame orange Mustang, and down here at the bottom, just look at my mouse, I can't zoom into that section. On another site, I can't remember which one now, it said that that same car, chrome orange, it was the same car for sure. It was a chrome orange car, which I've never seen. I don't have one, with the number 02 on the side, and it was an online exclusive you could only buy at the Hot Wheels collectors.com website. So one site was saying it's a custom Mustang, and another site was saying no, it's a 67 Mustang. So I'm like, well, how do I solve that? So what I did, and this is where I actually use eBay. eBay can be a source of research. So I searched for the 2002 Hot Wheels online exclusive Series 1 Custom Mustang Orange, and guess what come up? I wanted to verify. It is a custom Mustang. It does not say 67 Mustang. It says custom. And so that is the Spectraflame orange. It has the red tire stripes and the number 02 on the side. Gorgeous car. So I'm going to have to get this one. And as a matter of fact, literally, I can buy it for $35 right now, plus $5.40 for shipping. So just over 40 bucks. Looks like it might be worth it. That is a gorgeous car. And it says right here, online exclusive. So you can do some verifying on eBay. Series 1 Custom Mustang. Down here it has a collector number 007. And there's the HotWheelsCollectors.com website. So that sometimes can really help you. And that's why I crossed it off up here. I can now say it's not a 67 Mustang. It is listed. Now, it might be a 67. But what I'm collecting is what Hot Wheels lists the cars as. Even if they're wrong, it is a Hot Wheels custom Mustang. So that's kind of how the process works. Now the fun begins. I take this list and I move it over to my Weebly site. So all this information is correct by car casting. And I put in the information that I have, and I put a picture or pictures, depending on how many. Like here's 4 Mustang Cobras, not my favorite car, but there's 4 that year. And my next task is to go through my collection and see if I have any of these. And then I check those off, and all the ones that I don't have, I go to eBay and I start searching and pricing them to see if I can afford any of them. And the goal, again, is to have at least one of each casting. But what's happening is I'm a little obsessive compulsive, and I can't hold myself back. If there's 2 and they're really different, they're both 67 Mustangs, but one's red with black racing stripes in a special Ford Series package, and another one is white and it says Pep Boys on the side. You know, I kind of need to have both of them. So that's what's happening. And I'm just trying to kind of save up my money and do a set a year, like 2002, each month. And I try to set aside enough money to buy all of them. But sometimes it takes 2 or 3 months to save up enough. If I'm missing every single one of these, oh boy, and they're 50 bucks each. No, it's going to take a while. So that is the process. For those who asked, I hope that helps. And if you're collecting Corvettes or a specific kind of car that you like, that's the process that seems to work for me, and I hope it works for you. And check back soon, because my next video should be the 2002 series once I get them all. So for now, Mr. Johns,